Guten Tag, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to Cool Trip Walks. We are in Castelrotto or Castelruth, Italy, in the Dolomites or the Dolomites, the Italian Alps. I'm your host, I'm Tom. Welcome to Cool Trip Walks. Today we have a nice hike. We're in the town of Castelruth, as I mentioned, or Castelrotto. And we're going to start at this hilltop, which has served many purposes, and then we'll walk into the town and see what's happening there. So I hope you'll stay with us, and welcome to the walk. So this hilltop is called the Kaffel. Please forgive my pronunciation, but you'll see here on the sign there's the German. Then we have the Italian, and then we have English on this sign. But often in this area, which is part of South Tyrol, you'll see a third translation, which would be Ladin, Ladin. It's kind of an old but very localized language, unique to this region, with Latin origins. And this is a hill that is kind of above the town. And this complex has been here for a very, very long time. And the sign said that they found Bronze Age artifacts, and served the purpose of religion and fortification for quite some time. And then about 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, the emperor made it the park that it is. Funny, when I got here, I was the only one here, so now I'm leading the crowd. But you can see the historical buildings. And this is a two-story church that used to serve fortification and town functions. But real quick, to start things off, this is Cool Trip Walks. We are a virtual treadmill channel, so we provide virtual walks, but we also hope that folks doing travel research will find us and leverage our walks for their vacation plans or travel plans. And this is a narrated walk, so if you prefer to listen to music, feel free to start your playlist anytime and just enjoy the scenery. It is late June. It is about noon, and it is 75 degrees Fahrenheit and 24 degrees Celsius. So we have a beautiful day here, but it is a little bit humid, so it feels a lot hotter than it is. Now, we started at the main entrance, and that was the path up here that I took, and it's really just minutes from the main piazza. But I found this backside path, and I just thought, I'm going to go there. So we're going to go down this way and see where it leads. Hopefully we get the views that I saw on the way up to share with you. My family and I arrived here yesterday, and we'd spent some time in Tuscany, as hopefully some prior videos will have showed what we got to see. There was a lot that I couldn't film while we were there, just the practicalities of traveling with family, and the weather we had wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad until we left the day we did Siena. In fact, that cut my episode short because of the weather. But we came up here, and on the way up, we had rain throughout this area in central Italy earlier this week, and the rivers were quite full, so that was something to see from the trains. Buongiorno. Oh, somebody left a decoration. You can see the walls from down here. Look at that moss. So the rivers were running quite full. And you can hear the town chiming noon. And we had the good fortune of coming through this town last year for a couple days, and that will lead to a couple of future episodes here of places I'll be filming. But I can't describe the level of beauty that you encounter here. The town of Kastelruth is just one of the most charming places I've been, but the beauty of the Italian Alps is just gobsmacks you. It just hits your core in a great way. So hopefully you'll get a view of that as we go here. Now, we've been through Tuscany, and it is a beautiful place. I won't knock it at all. Saw some fantastic medieval sites, Renaissance sites, but this place has such beauty, from my opinion. I'm venturing into opinion land, that it just lifts the spirits in a way I can't describe. And this is a really great trail. Not too rough on the feet or the ankles. And you're going to get some hints of the town below. There's a clearing up ahead, so we'll take a view there. And they have benches everywhere, very well thought out. And only a few people that we've seen so far, so it's very quiet, very peaceful. You can really relax up here. And when we were looking at the webcams for Mount Saccheto, which is where we'll be doing an episode or two, just 2 weeks ago, early mid-June, there was snow up there. It's gone now. So as you can see, the wildflowers are coming up. And in fact, Kastelruth, its elevation is, and I have it right here, 3,600 feet above sea level. So you might hear some huffing and puffing as I go up and down hills. It's a little bit higher altitude than back home in North Carolina. And when we get to Mount Saccheto, that can get over 8,000 feet of elevation. So you get to play in some altitude here in the Alps. And here's a nice little sculpture. Carpe diem, seize the day, but look at this scene behind. And this is a church right in front of the tower. And I put up a short on the channel, if you'll check it out, when we were here from last year, which was a celebration of the church consecration. And we are actually here on the same weekend that they're holding that celebration again this year. So hopefully we'll have some new video to share with that. It could not be more beautiful today. And it's hard to see probably on camera, but there's a trail of bikers on the road down there. Just beautiful. And then the other thing that gets you beyond just the alpine beauty is the alpine architecture. I've been through places like Vermont and the mountains of North Carolina and parts of Colorado, and you see some alpine influences, but this is where it's from. This was originally part of Austria before World War I, the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, and it became part of Italy, so it is German first. And then you get a smattering of Italian. We are in Kastelruth, so they do speak some Italian, but it's German first. And then if you go to the town of Bolzano, which is the capital of South Tyrol, it's probably, as I've read, the most Italian town, language-wise. We've only passed through Bolzano, so we will be going there on this leg of our trip. And we'll see if that still holds water. Look at this wild lavender and flowers here. Let's get up close. Now, they were having a farmer's market this morning, so I just wanted to start up here on the Koffel so that we could give them time to pick their wares up. Didn't want to necessarily put anybody on camera that didn't ask for that. It's funny, the generational differences sometimes. My being part of Gen X and having a 6-year-old son, and we're walking up the trail here, and I'm like, man, when I was a kid, I would have been all over this rock. And he was like, okay. Like, I hadn't even thought of him. He hadn't even had the thought. So that was kind of fun to see him enjoy nature, even if prodded a little bit. Gonna come over here because there's a view I saw on the way up. The one thing you'll notice, particularly up in the north, although we've experienced it everywhere in Italy, is how clean it is. And they even steam these cobbles here in Kastelruth. We've seen the machine. They take great pride. Here we go. You don't see this sight every day. At least not in the US, where we're from. And the one thing I know I've mentioned before is I just love the flower boxes that are in all the homes. Just makes it such a cheerful place. We were eating dinner last night, and there was a grapevine behind us, and they were just the smallest little green grapes on it, very, very soon. And we compare that to back home where we've got our own grapevine or down in Tuscany, and they're just, you could tell from where we are in the north, just a few weeks behind weather-wise and growing season-wise. And this is the Hotel Zum Turm. And it has a Michelin-recognized restaurant. there's a sight to see here. This little escape of flowers here, little small garden. Some pretty yellow flowers. And the purples are amazing. You can see there's a lot of honeybees here working away. And those look like foxgloves, or a type of them, which I only found out recently that they are toxic. So you have to be careful how you handle them, as well as hopefully don't have beloved pets that would be endangered by them, but they are beautiful. And they will last for 2 years. I think they flower biannually, or is it semi-annual? I'm not sure. You'll get one growth and then it'll reseed and grow again. Cherries are in season. We just bought some here at the market this morning, so we look forward to that treat later. We got some from the vendor last year. They were spectacular. Fresh from the farm. This is the main piazza. Sorry, I'm not sure of my German on the translation for that. This is a famous fountain here. It is good potable water. Very cold too. Built in 1884. Now this hotel is amazing. We did stay there last year, and this is the Hotel Cavalino di Oro. And as you can see from the sign, since 1326, folks. And when you're not from Europe, that is a long time ago. Very, very quaint facility, and the family that runs it are just super sweet people. This is a great little store for children and souvenirs. My sons are fans of this one. Cut above some of the souvenir shops you find here in Italy. We were here for such a short time last year. There was so much of this town we didn't see. We made it about this far, and we didn't go much further to the left either. We were headquartered there at the town square, so we just didn't have much time. Shame on us, because we missed the Kaffel. This is the sports house, where you can get your sporting goods and rentals. Skiing, biking. We have a kindergarten over here. It is Saturday, so there's no risk of putting kids on film. And off to the left down the hill here is the bus station for the town. And what I'm trying to get to, and you can see it up ahead a little bit, maybe on camera, is the chairlift. And if I can, I'll append some film from the top of the chairlift this afternoon. We're going to take it up there. There's a Mountainhütte or hut. Again, I apologize about any mispronunciations. It is not intended in any way as a form of disrespect. Just the lack of flexibility in my pronunciation. These are all grapes. Oh, there's the Coop, which is a supermarket. This looks like kind of where those bikers were coming up, and I do want to be careful because the cars can drive fast. It's no wonder there's so many Formula One drivers that come out of Italy. It's an amazing place if you are used to driving here. You know how to get the most out of your car. Zoom in here if I can. Now, in popular lore of the area, there is a mountain called the Schlern, which its face kind of resembles a witch. My youngest son doesn't see it. But yeah, you know, if you had to look through 1700 eyes, you know, from the 1700s, you can maybe see it. And there's a whole lore around witches in the Schlern, which resembles a witch. So you'll see a lot of witchy decorations throughout the town, which is kind of cool to see. And that hotel up on that hill is the Hotel Tyrol. And apparently the Hütte is going to be way up at the top of the chairlift. And it is very family friendly, and there's a hike up there. I think I've kind of gone about where I can here. So I'm going to have to turn around. They were just cutting the hay here on the mountainside, or the hillside, I should say. You can really smell it this morning. You can see the bales of hay at the base of the hill. We'll get a little closer. That's why the meats and cheeses are so awesome here. It's a short growing season, so I would imagine thus the livestock focus a bit more. Harvest that hay for winter. Now we'll just walk over there and get a view. I don't want to go on there though. It looks like it says private property, so we can't venture in. Yep. Proprietà privata. And he's working on it right now. And with that livestock focus, you can definitely smell this is a cow region. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not super close. I think this is probably a good place to cut the video here. If I get a chance, I will film up from the top of the chairlift. If not, we bid you adieu, or auf Wiedersehen, and I hope you achieve your workout goals as always, and we'll come back and visit us again. Please hit that like and subscribe button so that you can help support the channel and show us you appreciate our content, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Hi, welcome back to Cool Trip Walks. This is your host, Tom, and my very special, for the first time, co-host. What's your name?
Tommy.
All right. That is my 11-year-old son, and we are on the descent from the Marinzehütte in Castelrotto on a very terrifying chairlift. So if you're a skier, probably no big deal. If you're not a skier like me, very big deal. So the way up was a lot more terrifying than the way down so far. We thought we'd share the ride with you. What was your favorite part about being up top with the hut?
Maybe how funny it was that the goats liked eating the tree.
Yes. If you didn't know, there are friendly goats at the Marinzenhütte. So they were kind of eager for lunch bits in napkins, and as well as my boys found out, pine tree bits. Oh wow, I think I might have to pause for that big steep bit ahead because I need to hang on for dear life. Thanks. And Tom and Tommy are back. Sorry for the pause. As somebody who has a healthy fear of heights, that was just a bit more than I wanted to risk holding one-handed onto the chairlift on the way down. You can see Kastelruth, aka Castelrotto, down there. And we're kind of above a helicopter that just flew by. That's terrifying.
Wait, we were above it? I thought it was
Yeah.
above us.
No.
That's a little scary.
Yeah.
I went on a big roller coaster and thought it was fun.
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you went on a roller coaster. So in our visits here to the Dolomites, what is your favorite place?
Sucheta, definitely.
Mount Sucheta. What made it your favorite place?
Probably the awesome views and the softness of the track are great during the slow season.
Yes, we are in a slow zone. So how old were you when we visited Sucheta?
10.
10. So we're going back a whole year later? It'll be interesting to see what your opinion is after tomorrow.
I mean, like, we never saw this.
No, we
This
never
is
saw
great.
this. Yeah, we were very blind. We had our blinders on when it came to Kastelruth last year. We didn't even. I think we knew it was around, but we literally didn't see it.
We just passed over a little stream.
Little mountain stream. Did we have a little or a lot of rain in Tuscany the other day?
A lot.
And they had a lot of rain up here at the same time. So were the rivers full or not full when we came up on the
Very
train?
full.
Very full. So the mountain streams are definitely running good this week. This is a first for Cool Trip Walks. Not only a co-host, but we're not walking. We're gondola riding. But you have some beautiful alpine views there.
Looks like Bennett's having more fun on down than up.
Yes, Bennett, your brother. Could have asked for a nicer day today.
Yeah.
Smell the fresh cut hay, can't you?
No.
No, you can't smell that?
My sniffer has not been working very well here. It's always getting stuffy, and I can't smell grass as well.
You must have some allergies we don't know about. There's some people coming up.
That's a long line of people.
Yeah, the hut's not going to stay open very much longer. Hi.
Now I smell the hay.
Well, I'm glad you can. It's right below us almost.
Another mountain stream outside.
There's a guy on an e-bike down there. They have e-bikes everywhere here. Definitely the way to go for cycling through the mountains. Oh yeah. Yes, they'll eat it this winter, I'm sure. Not only are there friendly goats at the hoop, there's cows available nearby. We'll post some pictures on our social spots on the page.
Check out all the solar panels provided.
It's a very green area. Solar power is definitely common because the electricity costs are so high here. I aspire to that status someday. This building is just so rustic and awesome right below us.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that view out there.
Oh, wow.
I just think I would pull my foot so
Paragliders to the right.
Yes, I mean, we've seen so many paragliders today. Definitely very popular in this area.
Like 6 or 7.
I wish I wasn't terrified of heights. That totally interests me.
Yeah. We've also seen like 15 lizards.
15 lizards. Yes, there's a healthy population of lizards in the north of Italy.
And cats.
Spectacular scenery.
Mm-hmm. Despite the hay, it would be better for all green, no hay.
Yeah, well, it's natural. I don't mind it. Didn't seem quite as long going down as it did going up.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
Wait, did we start timing this?
No, but I can see the timing on the camera buddy.
But if we add up the time on the 2 bits of video, there'll still be a bit in between that we didn't record. We don't know how long
That is very true. I love that you're working out the math. We'll get this one shot of the clock tower, and then I think we'll wrap it up for this episode of Cool Trip Walks.
More like Cool Trip Rides.
Yes, for this segment, we are Cool Trip Rides. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed Kastelruth as much as we did to film, and I hope that you achieved your workout goals today and or enjoyed doing your research for your travels. And I hope you will join us again soon on Cool Trip Walks. This is Tom and
Tommy.
bidding you buona sera, auf Wiedersehen, and we'll see you next time.